What's up guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm very excited to announce we're going to be taking off the turbo silencer ring on the 06. Now you saw last time we put that 5-inch exhaust on. It sounds awesome, but today we're going to see if we can't get a little bit more intake noise out of this thing with the factory airbox by removing that silencer ring. So let's get started. Okay guys, so we got this pipe off. Looking at it up at the airbox side, you can see right here, there's nothing in there. But then when I took it off down at the turbo side, as you look right here, look at all this crap, I guess you could say. I mean, you've got like a whole air vent going in through there with all these dividers and stuff. I did not realize how restrictive these factory intake boxes are on these Cummins trucks. I mean, I just thought it was a straight through design, but I can see where, you know, going to an aftermarket setup would really help with airflow. I'm going to take the turbo ring out still, and who knows, maybe I'll crack this thing open and see if we can't take some of that stuff out of there to make it flow a little bit better for our stock application. Okay guys, so we got the intake tube, I guess, apart a little bit. Down here's the side that goes to the turbo. As you can see, they've got that plastic insert in there that I guess maybe helps quiet down the turbo or whatever, but you know we don't want that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to remove that plastic piece out of there, and while we're doing it, we're gonna try to not break anything just in case we wanna ever put it back to stock for whatever reason. You know, whenever we get a cold air intake or whatever. So what it looks like is you got a tab right there, and then maybe that's about it as far as taking that out. So we're going to do that, and this is the turbo side. And then right here we have this big contraption. If you look into here, it's got like a honeycomb type hole plastic resonator thing, I guess you would call it. And I think we have a seam right here. I was kind of going around it with the screwdriver, and I think this seam right here might take this off, and we can pull those honeycombs out because they kind of feel loose, so I know they're not glued in there or anything. And then as for the side up on the airbox, as you know, it's totally clear, nothing need to be done there. You just clean it up before we put it all back together. Okay guys, so we got that apart. Like I said, it was just like a little bit of a plastic hardly glued ring up to this part right here. What we'll probably do is put some RTV around that and let it dry before we reinstall it. But once you get that apart, you have this whole barrel here, this drum here you saw me take out, or cylinder. And then this is the stuff I was talking about inside. Like I said, this stuff comes right out. So what I think I'm gonna do is just leave this stuff out and then put these back in just to reinforce it a little bit. Or maybe not, I don't know, what do you think? I mean, I'll see how it can go back together, but either way, we're gonna try to leave this stuff out, and then we just gotta break that thing out of there, and we'll be good to go. And so far, we haven't broken anything, so this could all be put back together if needed to be. Okay guys, so we got that piece out. Now this piece was a real PIA to get out, if you could say, because it was so dry, the rubber in there. So what I did was put in a little PB blaster. Don't want to really let that sit in there. I'm probably going to go through and when I wipe everything out and wipe it up with alcohol, because you really don't want, you know, foreign stuff in your intake. As far as this goes, as you can see, like I said, this pops off. We'll go through and clean this up, probably put some RTV or some type of glue or something to hold it back into place, because there's some cheap cheesy glue that they put from the factory, which like I said popped right off with the screwdriver. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave this smooth. Now the only thing is you can see the lips down there on the other end right there, if you can see. I mean, it's going to be a little restrictive, but when you look at what came out of this thing, here's a half of what you had before. And as you can see, look at all these, you know, ribs that are blocking your airflow. Not to mention these things right here. So like I said, nevertheless, this thing is going to be a lot better flowing now than it was from the factory. And the best part is all this stuff can be reinstalled for some reason if you wanted to, because we didn't break any of it. So it comes right out without breaking anything. Okay guys, so we're going to go for the silencer ring now while we're letting the piece we kind of glued or gasketed or RTV'd back together. We're going to get a flat blade and then a pick. And there's going to be the ring down there, and then we're going to go behind the ring, take it, get the ring out, and then we're going to pull that little dished in piece out, and that'll be all to it. So we used the RTV. I let it sit for a couple hours. As you can see, it's not really curing. I don't think RTV was the right choice for this plastic. So instead, we're going to use some of this JB Weld plastic weld and give that a shot. I think that'll work a lot better. I mean, the only other thing I think would be is to put some type of, you know, fastener or whatever. But I don't think we should need that because, like I said, the plastic glue they had, taking it off wasn't that strong. So I think this stuff right here will work. But for now, we're gonna have to clean all this RTV off here. So I'm gonna get it done. All right, it is actually the next morning. So what I did is I put that plastic weld on the intake tube. I let it sit overnight, put some clamps on it. It looks really good now. So I guess we're gonna start putting this thing back together. Let's get to it. Okay, so I think how I'm going to do this is I'm going to start by putting this bottom piece in first, and then once I get it attached to the turbo, I'll put this piece on so I'll have it positioned just the way I want it, and then go back through and tighten up all the clamps. Alright guys, I think we have it good and tight. I think this will work. You don't want to tighten it too much, of course, at the airbox or the plastic parts, you know, because you don't want to crack anything. We got them nice and snug. Put this wiring harness back right here, snap it into place, and let's start this thing up. Okay guys, so as you just saw, we basically gave this truck a cold air intake, sort of, for virtually $0. So really all you need is, you know, some tools, the plastic weld, and you could gut your intake out, and it looks factory. You could put it back together if you want, because we didn't break anything pulling it out, and you basically have a cold air intake now, I guess you could say. That's it. Join us on the next one. Before we go though, there is a review coming on the diesel Jeep. I know I kind of did a series on that, just kind of left you on the dark with it, but there's actually a problem that came up with the diesel Jeep. So stay tuned for a video of that coming soon. But other than that, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.